Hi, everyone. Welcome to Canada CPA Online Academy, sharing the wisdom. First of all, thank you and welcome all the new subscribers. Thank you for your questions. So this week, as the exam is coming nearer, I'm getting a lot of questions regarding day one. Maybe in your capstone two, you're getting the feedback, the cases are marked. So one common question that I got, three different people asked the same question. What does it mean when you get marginal pass or marginal fail as a result in your capstone one day one assessment? So what does that mean? Does it mean I'm pass or fail, or and how to interpret what to improve? So we are going to discuss quickly a little bit about day one and what does that mean. So first of all, marginal pass or marginal fail, both are means you are on a borderline. So you are walking on that tightrope, and it could be you could pass or you could fail. So it's you are on the borderline. You're not yet cleared from the danger zone. That's how I can describe this. That something is missing. You're almost there, but something is missing in your answer. So, first thing I would suggest is that go back to your feedback guide, the one that you get after you get the mark cases back. Go through each section and compare the end final conclusion section where they marked you as pass or fail, and identify what was missing. So sometimes what happens is you get a yes in a strategic issue. That means you clear that, but yet it is not a pass because you're not able to integrate it with situational analysis. So just doing the situational, I have reiterated it a lot of times that just doing the situational analysis does not score you any marks. So you have to integrate the analysis into your strategic options or into your answer. Then it is considered as an integration. Just by marking in your the KSF is not going to give you mark unless you integrate that KSA into your answer. KSF into your answer, you're not going to score any marks. So let's quickly go through what are the common mistakes in day one. So the very first being time management. Again and again, like even if CPA says that day one is not time challenged, it is like for us it is time challenged because it's just so much to think, so much to write, so much to consider. Quant, call, integration, all strategic options, operational issues, conclusion, final conclusion, order of priority. So taking everything together and putting it into an answer and making every box tick is a pressurous task. So be sure that you're managing your time again. Now I have a detailed video on this, but just to recap. So your first 1 hour is case reading. Now I have mentioned my way of writing that in the first hour when you are reading the case, start plotting the pros and cons and whatever you can in the situational analysis and in the strategic options, so that you are not flipping the pages and going back to the case reading again and again. So wherever you can, start filling in the answer in that first hour. So first 1 hour you are reading and plotting how to attack the case. Next 30 minutes is your situational analysis. Don't waste too much time beyond 30 minutes. Practice finishing the situational analysis in 30 minutes and move on. Then you usually have four strategic issues, so 30 minutes each. Now this is a general allocation. Sometimes it could happen that some strategic issues are more quant heavy, some are more qualitatively heavy. So sometimes the quant heavy options may need extra 10 minutes, but then that means you're taking that away from another strategic issue. So in all, keep in mind that within 2 hours you should be able to finish those four strategic issues. Then next is your operational issues. Sometimes there are one, sometimes there are two. So if there are two, you need a few more minutes from the strategic issue time allotment. So the 2 hours would be maybe 1 hour 45 minutes. So 15 more minutes need to be allotted to the operational issues. Operational issues don't carry too much weightage, but at the same time, you can't ignore it. You have to answer it. So don't skip the operational issue, attend to the operational issue. Sometimes there are hidden issues in the cases like behavioral issues or management issues, or sometimes integrity issues that you have to read between the lines. You have to find those are not very directed issues. Those are something that you have to capture from the sense of the dialogues, or how people are commenting on each other's decisions or something like that. So those are hidden issues. So sometimes there are that type of issues, operational or strategic. So you have to capture that, and then for the final conclusion, you have to keep that 15 minutes. So it's a tough, it's a race, it's the full adrenaline push. So enjoy those 4 hours in your case writing scenario for day one, and be prepared that it's going to be hard. So like mentally be prepared that it's going to be challenging. It's going to be that you have to leave a few things out. It's you have to pick and choose between some important point or some qualitative points, or you have to skip something. So be prepared for that. The very important, usually people are able to do the strategic issues pretty well. Like what I have seen from the case markings is usually you will get yes in most of the required yes in the strategic issues. The issue comes with integration. Either the integration, there are three mistakes I would say. First is either the integration is not enough. That means you're not integrating enough points into your analysis. Second is you are integrating, but the style of writing is not very clear. It should be very specifically case packs. What is the integration that you're trying to explain? What is the impact of that integration? And it should bring into your conclusion. So it should be a very clear line of sight for that integration, that you're integrating this KSF or this pro, or like this strength or this weakness. You are integrating. It should be very clear in your answer or analysis. So that is second point. Third point is sometimes people integrate but miss out on some important aspects of the case. So suppose there is a IPO, there is a share issue, and or there is something that is clashing with the vision, and what you are integrating is maybe just a smaller KSF or a smaller opportunity or something. So you're missing the bigger picture. So uh, as we have seen it again and again, this is a holistic way of marking the case. So sometimes even on the feedback guide, if you say that there should be 3 integration covered in each strategic option, and you are covering that, but in a larger scheme of things, if you have not captured the important crux of the case, then you could still be fail or marginal fail. So that's where you are lingering, that you have done everything right, but you still missed a few points that make you pass or fail. So like imagine this as a, say suppose as a driving test, that uh, like there is a stop sign, you have to stop. There is no other option. Like you have to stop. If you don't stop, it's a clear fail in your driving test. So it's like that for day one. If there is a major borrowing shortage, or like issue with the funds, and you have not at all addressed that in your answer, then it's a clear fail. So even if you have integrated small points here and there, but you are not able to address to the very main important aspect that the company is facing, that means you're not able to see the bigger picture, and then that can become a fail. So pay attention to these points. So that's why I'm saying go back through the feedback guide, and then compare your answer with the actual sample answer, and then ascertain like what they have integrated and what you have integrated, and what is missing, what could have been done better. Because in the sample answer you will see that they have integrated maybe 5-6 points in each strategic issue. You don't need to do that much, but identify between those 6 points, what do you think is the main element, and have you captured that? If you're capturing that, then you're good, then that is not the issue. It's just the repetition of or multiple number of integrations that might be missing. So I have taken this example in a previous video, so feel free to check that video to go through the detailed explanation of this example. But what we are trying to touch base here is like some strategic issues would be qualitative, some strategic issues would be more quantitative. And like take a step back and think, what does this mean? What does this strategic issue mean to the company? Now, like for the sale of Allison and Kevin share, uh, it is there was a quant. Okay, so you had to calculate the share price, you had to calculate a second option for the share price, whether it's the control of the board members and how much, and everything was there. So there was a very quant heavy part as well. But remember, the major partners of that company are leaving. So it's not just about money, it's always about this qualitative impact of the new partner or the new person that would be coming in. So if you miss to comment on that, that means you're not looking at the bigger picture. That you're just saying that, okay, this is $50 share price, it's enough, give it to anyone. No, it's not like that. When you're when you're doing a business with a different partner, um, you have to think about the vision, mission for the longer term. Your values align. What is your picture of the future look like, and what does this partner's future look like? Like this was an investment fund. Investment fund's objective was just to get profit in cash and leave, whereas the staying partner's objective is reinvest the profit and grow the business. So there are like mismatching priorities. So think about that bigger pictures, because sometimes the information is given such as that you are driven to calculate. You are driven as an accountants, we are very much into numbers, so we are very driven. Like when we see a number, we start multiplying, like ascertaining impact and calculations. We are logically, we are trained that way to like calculate in numbers and speak in numbers. So but in some issues, the qualitative aspect needs to be considered. So remember that point, remember the objective of that strategic issue, that whether it's a qualitative, quantitative, and if it's qualitative, are you addressing the right points? Are you catching the right nerves of that case or not? And again, like whenever you're writing, always write, cover 3 points, mention the case fact, mention the impact of the case fact, and so what. So link back to your answer to your situational analysis. So what happens if this impact happens, and what is my so what explanation for that answer? The next thing is um, situational justice. Okay. Another example of the integration. Again, remember now this example is more of a quantitative side, financial impact. So give that quantitative, that 10% ROI not meeting, this is the rate. Give the comparisons, state specific numbers. What was the case fact? What is the impact of this decision, of this calculation, and does this meet uh, your goals or objectives stated in situation analysis? So very clearly state the case fact, state the impact, that this would be the IRR is negative. So you are stating the impact. So what? So it does not fit with the overall strategic objective of ROI about 10%. Now this is where you are integrating to your situational analysis. So in quant heavy strategic strategic decisions, like make sure that you're quoting the right numbers, you are giving them the comparison of what was expected, what is not. Don't just mention that it is not meeting the ROI. How much, what, give state, qualify that specific number, quantify. Again, one more example of the integration. Now here there is a multiple integration. here it is a quant and call. Both are having impact on this decision making. It is more of an operational side of decision making, but it is like long term. That's why it becomes strategic. So it is operational, but it is strategic decision for the long term. So again, same thing. Here they are integrating multiple cases. So be specific which case if you are uh, you're trying to integrate, write it in exact words as you have written it in the situational analysis that comes from your day one case. Make it, don't change the words. It becomes easier for, make it as easy for the marker uh, to capture that you have integrated, so that make it very clear. This does not align with the case. If don't beat around the bush that this might not be, and that be very clear. State your clear opinions that this does not align with KSF of attracting new customers. So be very clear on what you are integrating in your case facts. Next thing, as I was mentioning, that in a strategic objective, you might have scored yes, but yet that is a weak response in terms of integration. So in the final um, assessment, you have not scored the point on that strategic objective. So reanalyze that answer, reassess that answer, try to rewrite how you could have done better. So now what does the corrector response looks like? So here is an example. See that whatever the vision is given, that the vision specifies unique and luxurious settings. HHH is not. So that is the divergence from the vision. So therefore, disassociating with this property would be in line with DHC's ongoing vision and would allow it to focus on other properties, which all meet this vision. So connect with the DHC's vision. So that is an integration that you are bringing in this strategic objective. So whether you have done an excellent job in that strategic objectives, that specific qualitative quantitative part, it is not enough. You have to integrate it with the bigger picture. So here you are integrating it with the vision. Second thing, it is it had a capstone one link of, there was a some restriction or some other conditions in capstone one case that you are linking it back here. And then another integration was here, which was from one. So if you disassociate from this property, you would be able to invest in the property that is mentioned in strategic objective 3. So now you are integrating within the case from the objective strategic option 1 to 3. So that is like the overarching thinking, and that is what the bigger picture looks like. That is what they are looking for you, whether you are able to connect the different dots. Are you thinking in a very secluded, uh, what you can say, a detailed type of view, or are you able to see the larger bird's eye view, larger picture? That is what they are trying to analyze. And that's it. I think it's challenging at sometimes at the when you're practicing in capstone 1, but you'll be fine by the time you are ready for the exam. So all the best, and please let me know if you have any questions before your exam, if you're struggling with anything, and I'll try to give you my guidance on those questions. All the best for exams, for all the students who are writing in September 2021. All the best for your exam. And to everyone else listening, please like, share, subscribe, and thank you for your support as always. Thank you.